U.S. judge to question Trump over Abrego Garcia and court weakness. A federal judge in Maryland is set to question the Trump administration about its refusal to return Kilmar Abrego Garcia from an El Salvador prison, despite a Supreme Court order mandating his repatriation. The hearing follows multiple claims by Trump officials that they lack the authority to retrieve Abrego Garcia, a decision echoed by El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele, who likened a return to smuggling a terrorist into the United States. Abrego Garcia, a 29-year-old metalworker and union member with 14 years in the U.S., was deported despite having been granted protective status to shield him from gang persecution in El Salvador. Judge Paul Azinis has mandated daily status updates from administration and had earlier ordered that his return be both facilitated and effectuated by a specific deadline, though the Trump team has thus far resisted full compliance. In a 5-4 ruling, the Supreme Court affirmed that while the government must facilitate a challenge to Abrego Garcia's removal, it did not compel the executive to ensure his repatriation, leaving a significant legal loophole in place. Critics argue that President Trump's refusal to act on the court's directive not only undermines due process for the deported man, but also weakens the authority of Chief Justice John Roberts and the Supreme Court's oversight of executive power. Analysts claim that Trump's actions have rendered the Supreme Court's order effectively hollow, an outcome that further exposes the administration's defiant stance towards judicial authority. In public statements, Trump officials maintain that repatriation is solely a matter for El Salvador, with Attorney General Pam Bondi and White House advisor Stephen Miller emphasizing the executive's deference to foreign policy prerogatives. Legal experts, including former Judge J. Harvey Wilkinson, warn that this approach risks setting a dangerous precedent, where the government could deport individuals in violation of court orders and then deny any subsequent responsibility. The incident, now 31 days since Abrego Garcia's deportation, has sparked widespread criticism from civil rights groups and dissent among justices, with liberal voices like Justice Sonia Sotomayor condemning the lack of legal basis for his arrest and expulsion. This case is part of a broader clash between the Trump administration and the judiciary, highlighting ongoing tensions over executive power and the rule of law, a conflict that has recurred since Trump's return to office. Chief Justice John Roberts and the Supreme Court majority have struggled to effectively counter the administration's bad faith interpretation of their orders, further fueling concerns about the erosion of judicial authority. As the hearing unfolds, the administration's continued intransigence raises questions about the future of executive oversight, with many fearing that such defiance may eventually lead to a constitutional breakdown in the balance of power. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates.